All right, bitches. Mandy Panda's here with your bad intro jokes. All right. What is the difference between a G-spot and a golf ball? A guy will actually search for his golf ball.
Hey!
All right. Here with your favorite podcast, My Favorite Old Guys.
Da-na-na! Da-na-na! Boo-doo-wee! Da-na-na! If you did, like, fucking bye.
I'm terrified of fixed
like
lights.
that shit.
Like,
Anyway,
being in a plane
Bohemian
sucks.
Grove. What?
Bohemian Grove? I didn't glitch at all.
Whoops.
Shut up. I don't glitch. Neither does he.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Who?
So let's talk about the different people that are active members today in Bohemian Grove. So in terms of finance, you've got bankers, investment bankers, venture capitalists, billionaires, philanthropists, and entrepreneurs.
And of course, I need to fashion me a lightsaber that me and Dick Cheney can use to lance the heads off of
What are you talking about?
The Bush
those
family.
weapons of mass destruction. Is that how bad my George Bush is?
W.
That's fucking terrible. He has no idea where I'm going with this. Never mind, 9/11, some
All
shit.
across the world, we're working real hard to make sure that we can make sure that families can put food on their children and money on the table.
Fool me
Food
once.
children and children under the table.
So yeah,
It's gonna take a Pearl Harbor.
Dude, you know what's fucked up?
That's
It's like,
the thing.
you guys, like, the Bush-isms was like one of the best things on the internet before Trump got elected.
Fool
Then
me
everybody's
once.
like,
No, Bush is the
Bush-isms,
one-
that shit's somewhat normal compared to what's going on now.
Bush is the one that said, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, don't mess with Texas."
Right.
Well, he was like basically, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
Mitch
So
McConnell.
that in Texas, it's the same in Texas as it is here. Once you fool me, you can't fool me again. And it's like, dude,
You
how the
just
fuck
seized
do
up
you
for a
like this?
second.
oh my god, dude. Some of these, you can tell these fucking silver spoon fucking like children of actual smart politicians. Like this is
my
the problem
favorite part
with the
is by
FBI
the time
theory,
they
dude.
finally bubble to the top of the pile of crap from which they all came from, they're like so old and like it's like now with Biden, it's like Weekend at fucking Bernie's. Like the whole thing is just such a fucking show. Like no matter who it is, whether it was George Bush or whatever, by the time they bubble to the top and they rise to power, it's like they're very much just like like they're like these buttons. There's like 5 responses they have, and then no matter what gets thrown at them, they just whack one of those buttons.
Yes.
No.
Well,
How many times have I told you? No, I did not do anything illegal. No, I mean, insert politician's name here.
Yeah, here's part of my
Behind the
issue, dude.
scenes. Yes, I want you to steal those documents.
Here's my thing, all right? My point was their grandfathers and dads were actually smart dudes. They actually went to Yale and Harvard and got good degrees and were fucking smart. Their grandkids and their
George Bush.
kids
Don't
were
throw George
dumb
Bush and Bill Clinton. They were
motherfuckers.
Yales. They
No,
went to
dude.
fucking Ivy
They
League
fucking
schools.
paid kids to take their tests for them. They're dumb idiots, dude.
Oh, come on.
They're
One
country
little
bumpkins, dude.
superstar in Hollywood gets busted faking tests for their kids to get into, what was that school in California?
Yeah, you know the problem with that is that dumbass kid will end up fucking running the state of Tennessee someday. Because their fucking rich fucking actress mom paid for them to go to the fucking best school because I was in a rowing
Tennessee,
team
I feel like
that I
that
was
would be
never
a
on.
music star.
You know what I'm saying? The problem is the smart kids that come up from middle class families
John
that
P.
deserve to go there,
McIntyre, governor of Tennessee, son of Reba McIntyre.
They'll never make it,
You
dude.
see where I'm going there? I feel
they'll
like
never make it, dude. Because
we'll never
everything's
make it to the end
fucking.
of this episode.
It's all
No.
catered because
Back to the boat.
it's catered to the fucking wealthy
The
families,
wealthy,
man.
yes. These people that decide that care so much, the Klaus Schwabs that are lobbying for your
You
welfare.
really like Klaus Schwab, don't you?
Well, okay, we can change gears. Give me another name. The George Bushes, the I don't know, these guys that are lobbying for your behalf, like,
They're not lobbying on my behalf. They're
Like,
lobbying on
okay,
behalf
I mean,
like the Koch brothers.
I hate to
and-
take a shot at
Those motherfuckers,
like
man.
Nancy Pelosi's with their entire freezer that's just for ice cream. Like, these people do not, their realities and my realities are not the same. So it's very difficult for me to understand how anyone can lobby honestly on the behalf of poor people while living in a multi-million-dollar mansion with a freezer that's just for ice cream.
Great point.
That's just one person. I'm not picking on one side or one person, but you're talking about exactly what you're talking about. People that were raised by rich people, by rich people, by rich people, insider trading, more rich people, hanging out with rich people, getting more rich, changing laws so they can get richer.
And the problem is we have stupid people that think that those dumbass motherfuckers are smart. Like, you still have people that think Donald
Well, as
Trump...
long as they tell me that we're stupid, I guess I have to believe them. They're rich and I'm poor.
Dude, you
It must
literally...
be because they're smart. and
We
I'm
literally, right now, have people on Fox News talking about how Donald Trump is the smartest president we've ever had when he is on the internet saying Joe Biden almost got us into World War II. Oh my God, almost got into World War II. I'm pretty sure we already fought and won that war, dumbass. But these are also the same people like Joe Rogan are out there parroting like, Joe Biden doesn't even know how to put pants on. Joe Biden doesn't know where he is. Then you go on the internet and you're like,
by the time they rise to the top,
and then his
actually
speeches,
don't put their own pants on
his
anymore.
speeches are actually cherry picked like a motherfucker on Twitter to make him sound how Donald Trump sounds every time he talks. But you go on these other fucking websites and shows, you don't see any of that shit. You don't see Joe Rogan talking about Donald Trump said that we almost got into World War II.
Right, but here's the best part
You'll
about
never
it.
see that.
So Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton all went to a barbecue, and guess where it was? Bohemian Grove.
Joe, no, there's no, Democrats don't go to Bohemian Grove. There's videos on there. People are like, Bill Clinton, this dude got kicked out. What about Bohemian Grove? And Bill Clinton goes, oh, that place where all the conservatives and Republicans go and run around in the woods naked, and then the Secret Service removed that guy.
Yeah, what
This is, okay, getting to the Alex Jones thing, because this is where all this is going. Alex Jones literally got super famous for sneaking in there and filming everything. I bought the video back in the day. I downloaded, I had the VHS tape.
That was my
Yeah.
first exposure to Alex Jones and Bohemian Grove and really conspiracy theories in general.
Exactly.
Other than like JFK shit growing up.
So I had the VHS tape, I had the DVD. His
I didn't go that far, but I
website
watched
kept
it
getting
on
shut
YouTube.
down. So basically, the FBI was like, you can't sell this shit anymore because A, you broke the law sneaking in there and filming it. So all your shit's illegal. You can still go on the internet and find pictures of like still frame pictures of the video, but the
You can't watch the video anymore?
No, you gotta
Oh,
go to
that
like
fucking sucks.
8chan.
You can't watch the video because
You
it was
can find
obtained
it.
illegally.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
You
that
can
sucks.
illegally.
You
Yeah.
can find it on like 8kun and 4chan because it's
Don't
the
say
fucking
that.
dark web.
Don't say that word in my
Allegedly, in Minecraft,
In
you can
Minecraft.
find it there. But I mean, when you watch it, it's actually the Walter Cronkite thing. You was the voice of the Moloch, but it's actually Moloch and Dulcare having a conversation.
Okay.
So the Alex Jones, really what I discovered around a lot of the time, like when Obama got elected, like he realized, oh shit, I can't spin everything the same way anymore. My grift is going to end because now there's a Democrat liberal dude who's a half of a black guy from Hawaii who everybody thinks is from Kenya because Donald Trump started this birther shit. And he jumped onto that. So he's like, oh, here's something that was controversial that will get me clicks and views. So I watched him go from like Bill Clinton, right? Oh, Bill Clinton. And then George Bush gets elected. Then he's like hardcore anti-fucking Republican. Anti-Bush crime family. He's got like inside the Bohemian Grove. He's got all this shit about the Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
He's got movies, Angels and Demons. It's all about the fucking Bush crime family and all the conservatives involved with like Scroll and Key and the Order of the Death's Head and fucking Harvard, the Skull and Bones. And then he points
It's a
out the fact
very,
that
very, very deep rabbit hole. I guess
It
I
is,
never,
and it
I never
goes
made the
super
connection
deep.
that it only involved conservative.
and I actually
politicians.
still have this like cheesy ass music video on one of my YouTube channels, and you recommend I put it at the end of it
Okay.
because it has a lot of this shit, and it actually has the Alex Jones calling David Gergen out to his face.
Okay.
So it has that conversation in it.
That definitely was like an ambush.
Oh yeah, and he even says this is ambush journalism, and I disrespect you for that. Which, well, that's what calling you motherfuckers out is about.
Yeah,
dude.
yes and no, but okay.
Not everything is a fucking softball question. So, what I saw in Alex Jones, and this is why I don't really listen to him anymore, is I watched him just be anti whoever's in charge. So whoever gets elected has to be in on the conspiracy somehow. So as soon as Barack Obama got elected, now it's like the liberals and the Jacobins, and now it's these other Ivy League schools.
I'm
And
gonna give
I was
you
like,
like there was
okay, dude.
another little indicator that popped up somewhere along the way that was like a bing bing bing, this is bullshit, and it was when he started selling like fucking supplements.
Yes.
It was like, this guy looks like he's about
The
to
grip.
explode at any fucking second. He's overweight. He looks like he's high as fuck on coke.
Yep.
Turns out he was on pain pills or whatever the fuck he claimed. Anyway, he looked like every
Opiates
motherfucker.
or some shit,
right,
yeah.
which also, yeah, definitely makes you look like you're about to
Get
pop.
bloated.
Well, he basically lost everybody with the whole Sandy Hook thing too.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
I
only
mean,
reason he
the-
really attached himself to the Trump wagon was because Trump kind of presented himself as, I'm an outsider, and I'm going to come in and expose all these
Drain the
guys.
swamp.
And yeah, drain the swamp. And
I
Alex
was
Jones is
hoping-
like, I'm all in, let's do it. And then he just brought in other swampier people, and Alex Jones is like, wait a minute. And then by the time Alex Jones almost got like connected and associated with the January 6th shit, next thing he's on his fucking show going like, fuck Donald Trump! That son of a traitor, son of a bitch! Ah!" Like all indignant that he somehow got wrapped up in his scheme to overthrow the election. Like, you were on the stage talking too, bro.
Right.
You were out there pontificating on the
We
same
could do
fucking
a
day,
whole
dude.
other episode, and I think we
Yeah.
have, you and I, on my podcast about QAnon and that whole. And I know a lot of people who
Yeah,
got
dude.
sucked up into
And
that
it just
whole
gets
thing.
even wackier. I think like after the QAnon shit, like the Into the Storm documentary got exposed on HBO,
I still need to watch.
like that's when I think trolls actually started going on there and doubling down. And this is where I was like, they're literally trolling you motherfuckers now. The whole, you got to go to Dallas, like where JFK was assassinated, and he's gonna magically appear with the sun, and they're gonna. I was like, and the whole Jewish Demetria thing, and Michael Jackson's not really dead. He's hanging out in Cuba with Tupac and Biggie, and like
Right,
I was like,
and it's for
Wow,
political
dude.
purposes too, because
Dude,
I
yeah.
want to march into the sunset next to Jesus, Donald Trump, Michael Jackson, and
and
Tupac.
JFK.
With
And like,
JFK.
so I was literally the first time I heard that, I was like, whoa, wait. You
Somebody
mean
needs to give us a
two dead
AI.
Democrats?
So we need to get an AI painting of fucking Tupac, Jesus,
Oh, yeah, dude.
Biggie, fucking Janis Joplin, whoever else.
Jim Morrison, all the people that died before the
Yeah,
died in 27.
The
They're like
27
27
club.
conspiracy,
all
yeah.
the victims of the cabal.
It's all makes sense now. It's all
Right.
Demetria. It's all just 1, 2, 3 ABC. It's all Michael Jackson was trying to tell us secretly
It's
that
easy
JFK was going to fucking come back to life
As Jesus.
years before his son died. Even
Jesus fucking Kennedy. You guys missed it. He said you wouldn't recognize him.
he wouldn't, dude. It's all starting to make sense.
Well, JFK Jr. is still alive. Because that's what
We-
No, but I'm saying
Yeah.
JFK Senior, like way senior, like
They're all in
fucking-
Cuba, dude.
Like-
Hanging out with Tupac, man. I'm pretty sure.
like just barely
Drinking
18.
margaritas and shit.
in the
Eating,
city.
eating the tightest
city
rolled
of
crepes
no,
in the
no,
world.
now they're like on the
Because like Cubans
planet.
like roll type
The
cigars.
planet of collab. Keeping it. Sorry, take my stab at the Mormons there. I have to offend everybody equally.
So here's one of the things that really I think is absurd about the whole fucking Bohemian Grove thing. Because I went down this fucking rabbit hole years ago. And because I was trying to make sense of it. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So Moloch is from the Canaanite pantheon. Which
Okay.
is like the grandson of Noah.
Okay.
And actually, so Canaanite and Baal are kind of the same deity. Okay, and in the Canaanite pantheon, you have El, and you have the wife. It's in my notebooks somewhere. Oh, it's right over there. Anyway.
I can reach it. Look at that. You invited me for one purpose.
Woo! Yeah. So you got. Let's scribble it down here really quick. So, Antarat is the mother god. So El is actually the creator god of the universe.
Who is this according to?
You mean like from Stranger Things?
Noah's grandson, Canaan.
Okay.
That established the land of Canaan. That established the Canaanite pantheon of gods.
Gotcha. Okay.
According to what he said, his grandfather Noah was like, "This is what's going on, son." And this guy El, he's the one that saved us while we're here for the flood, lickety blackety blue.
L as in Lucifer,
And then-
or L as in like the chick from Stranger Things?
Like EL, just El.
Oh, like
Which
El
actually-
Toro, but they were like El everything.
El Diablo. But basically, which later on becomes Al, which later on becomes Allah. So there's a whole.
Fuck! Now
Dude.
you figured out how to make it all.
Well, no, that's part of the reason why there's a fucking huge holy war. Us dumbass Westerners don't stand really what's going on because we've been
You don't
spoon-fed
say.
this weird fucking fairy tale for fucking centuries, and we have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Jeez.
And if you just
Christ.
look it up, this is the beauty of the internet. If you just fucking read, you'd be like, oh, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. Just like when you say Amen, you're saying Amen Ra. You're praising fucking to Ra. You're giving the praise to Ra, not
Oh,
Yahweh.
the sun god.
Yeah, no, legit. So when you go to church and you're like, Amen, that's not
When
a
I go
Christian
to
thing,
church?
dude. It's not Christian. You're fucking praising the Ra.
Oh,
So anyway,
now we're going back
according
to the
here-
Mormons then.
According here, okay, El and Antarat, who is also the mother Inanna in the Anunnaki, the mother of all humans, right? She was the one that had to carry
The Anunnaki.
Adamu
Aren't
to
those the
Turin.
giant people?
In the Greg learning about the Anunnaki episode that he's already forgotten. He's already forgotten.
Wait, no.
Sumatra.
So,
Sumerians.
no, there you
So
go.
there you go, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, they have multiple children. Yahweh being the god of storms and war. So the Old
Wait, I
Testament.
thought Yahweh was Kanye West or some shit.
Yeet. We just call him Yay
Easy.
now. We don't call him Yahweh. We just call him Yay. Don't fucking.
Is he
okay,
neither
anyway,
one?
I'm Catholic.
Hit me,
so
God, I dare you.
I got a fucking heads on my bed.
Mike
man.
is the kind of guy who likes to go outside in a lightning storm with
Yeah.
a golf club over
So,
his head
according to this,
and play with his Ouija board.
Baal is the god of fertility, rain, weather, wind, shit like that.
Okay.
So Baal is basically the god that makes
do this
like
on TV?
the weather and climate. Sure, we'll just get sponsored by a tobacco product company because that's 100% tobacco in there.
Tobacco.
Ooh,
And it's like
100%
one of those.
tobacco.
It's vapor.
Tasty.
It's like that shit that's not even tobacco anymore. It's just like air that's flavored. It's
probably
like
not.
flavored air.
Flavored air.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
It's tofu bacco.
But anyway, long story short, the whole ritual cremation of Dulk hair
Right.
has nothing to do with Moloch or any of that shit. That's an old Germanic, Druidic fucking thing.
Okay, but can I give you my interpretation?
It's a
having watched the
sin-eating
video
ritual.
when I watched it.
It's a
like,
sin-eating ritual.
Okay, now I'm not saying
That's why all those dudes are dressed up like red KKK members. They're pretending to be druids and shit.
Okay, but I will say
I'll have
this.
pictures. I'll show
When you
pictures and shit.
listen,
You know I will. There, maybe there.
Has
maybe right
anyone
where Greg's face is.
transcribed? Is there anywhere where you can read the transcription of the ceremony? Because
Yeah.
I have watched the video. And having watched
it's
the
an
video,
argument
I will
between
say
Moloch
this.
and Dulk.
Like I don't know the history that you're talking about. I just listened to and heard what was said. And the way I interpreted what I was hearing was this was a ritual wherein the people participating were sacrificing in effigy their care for humanity. Okay? When I read the transcript, it came across as though it was two people having a conversation about why, one, us, should kill their care for humanity because it frees you up to do all of these things when you are not bound by the care for fellow humans. And what bothered me about this is, given the high-profile nature of the individuals participating in this thing, whether or not they knew, I will say this. If I showed up at your fucking house, Mike, for a barbecue, a party, a fucking camp over, whatever the fuck this was supposed to be, and you fucking started busting shit like this out, I would very quietly head to my car and get the fuck out of there. Because it's weird. Like, I didn't have any of the information. I'm just telling you, I listened to the shit that was being said, and I was like, man, it sounds like what they're doing is burning their care for me, the little guy. And this is the guy who's also coming on television saying, I got you. Vote for me. I will take care of you. I will give you the food stamps you need to feed the people in your trailer.
Because they understand the common man. Right.
But they're sacrificing their care for the very same guy that's what, when you talk about, you know, the rich guys, the Donald Trumps, that get the fucking poor trailer bound, or when I made the joke earlier about if you ain't for Biden, you ain't black. Like, it's this assumption that without this elite champion to speak for me on my behalf, I wouldn't have access to fend for myself. And these are the same people. And now I didn't make the connection that we're only talking about Republicans. I could have swore when I read the list, it was there were people who pretended on television
traditionally
to hate each other, who were shaking hands and
through the 40s and 50s. Yes, by the time certain elements got in there, it became all hyper conservatives, and it became more about the concentration of efforts within a certain agenda. No, dude, this goes into the family. Look up the family. Dude, this is terrifying shit.
I haven't gone
all that
very deep down that rabbit hole because
it's all connected, man. They realized, hey, if we're gonna fucking take over certain facets of the Fortune 500s, the wealthiest of the wealthy, the affluent of our country, we have to infiltrate every single fucking secret fucking niche there is. That all the weird shit they fucking believe in, we got to infiltrate
that doesn't mean the Mormon church is compromised, does it?
Oh, well, no, certainly not. There's no concentration of wealth at the top. That would make them a cult.
We could do a whole thing on that.
Look, it's already been settled. They're tax-free. It's a religion. We already know this.
Yeah. I mean, but what I think is interesting is that it's a perversion of different religions morphed into one hyper religion that's not actually
Are we talking
a real
about
thing.
Mormonism or Bohemian
No,
Grove?
I'm talking about the whole worshiping Moloch and this whole cremation of care. So you're partially right. It's not
I'm just talking about the
necessarily
text of the actual conversation.
And you're just giving me like your, I guess,
Having watched it,
opinion on
I didn't know. I just watched this video and I was like, holy shit.
If you look it up, it's more about, I guess, it's kind of a weird sin-eating ritual that makes it okay for them to not consciously have to worry about the usury that they're committing and all the things that basically Jesus talks about in the fucking Sermon on the Mount and the Beatitudes, like, you know, certain things you don't do to your fellow man and things that are also in the 7 deadly sins. So if they know that they're doing this and that's a part of what they do for their living, performing the ritual cremation of care is like saying like, it's okay as long as whatever you do here stays here. It's the oldest religious form of what happens in Bohemian Grove stays in Bohemian Grove. So you can get your dick sucked by a fucking male fucking prostitute that you're never gonna fucking see again, even though you're a happily married man that claims to be a Christian politician. But you know what? Whatever happens,
I desperately need to go to Bohemian Grove, is what you're saying.
Think you don't care.
I have some sins I need forgiven.
And literally, and this is what's fucked up, right? You don't have to believe in that shit. I guarantee you, a lot of these people that go there, it is just pageantry. It is just performing bullshit.
Like, who the fuck goes to something like that and isn't like, I don't know, like, okay, so here's like an example.
Well,
when
it originally started for a bunch of artists and shit. People that actually believed in what the founders' principles were. And then it got slowly taken over by super wealthy fucking producers of Hollywood and like financiers of movies and TV shows, and it slowly got corrupted by super rich fucking eccentric men that were into weird shit that they're like, we like this. This is weird. This is fucking cool. We can do weird shit and get away with it. And
So the very first gathering was all these artists because there was a guy that was moving from San Francisco to New York, so they had a going away party for him.
Yeah.
And then they said, hey, that was fun. Let's do it again next year. And that's how it started, like a 2-week thing. Like
It literally
every
started
year.
like Rainbow Festival, dude.
Oh, you scared me there. Thanks for watching part 2 is episode 5. Part 3 is coming up next. Stay tuned.
I bet I can make you smile. Just give me 5 seconds. Watch this. Smile if you would date me.